Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears, for I come not to praise Caesar, but to govern for him. I'm Iota, and I played this game. An old game, but a good game. Caesar 3 with the new Augustus 3.1 mod, a fantastic update to the game, and Mission 1 is done. Wow, so awesome and fun. And on to Brundisium, Mission 2, the first chance that we really get to build a city and test out this forced walker experiment. So this is my final city, complete with the forced walker. Not a big city, just meeting the requirements. Those of you who had this game back in the day might remember that there was a demo, and it had the first 2 missions. And so, having only the demo, I played this mission over and over and over again, trying to build the biggest, most complicated city. In this one, I'm just going to show you how I went about hitting the minimum requirements. I mean, I love and hate this mission. I have those farms down every time. They go in the same spot no matter how many times I play this mission, dropping down the same set of stuff. The difference here is that I never knew about this whole forced walker thing. And so, inspired by GamerZakh, it's been a great opportunity to get back in, test out the new Augustus mod, and, you know, set a challenge that gives some life and vitality back into this old game. Point here at this stage is just to get the first houses down, stabilize it. This mission is always a little tough because you can only advance so fast before you've got to get the next tech boost, and that's not always the easiest. I kind of lagged on this one. I've raced to workshops much faster than this before, but this time it just seemed a little sluggish. Getting my forced walker system established here, working it with the priest and the market lady. I was making sure that I was going to get the granaries and the farms on the right side with the market, and so that it wasn't confused. I tested this a couple of times, and I was trying it the other way, and of course that didn't work. So just making sure that everything's going to get set up properly, everything will be forced, for lack of a better term. One of the challenges I've found with the whole forced walker system is getting the water around, because that always seems to interfere a little bit with the patterns. And I don't know. One early decision I made in doing a forced walker playthrough is that I wasn't going to worry about the schools and the theaters, because there's always a shortage of schools and theaters for the global entertainment and culture requirements. So it just made a lot more sense to me to spread those around, make the city look a little bit more natural, and avoid, you know, having giant culture farms of massed theaters and schools out on the margins. Where possible, I want to make a more interesting city and, you know, make them travel around a bit, but the schools just don't force walkers the same way. So I also decided I wasn't going to try to force the engineers and prefects, although there are a couple of points where I do some form of single tile forced walker structures. But yeah, it's not really a good opportunity at this stage, and I wanted to make sure that the basics were working fine. Gotta tell you, the roadblocks, oh geez, those are so nice. I really liked those in Pharaoh, and that has made organizing these cities so much more interesting and gives a lot more opportunity to make them interconnected and natural in a way that can be rather difficult in the vanilla version. As we come here to the end, almost inching to those final requirements, cramming on a couple more workshops. I used to have warehouses full of weapons, you know, with no other goal. Why not make as many weapons as possible? But in this case, no. Racing a little bit for the next stage where I can build larger and more complicated cities. So we come here to the end with the final forced walker city, working with the 2 markets, the bathhouse and the priests, to get full coverage, and working to practice spacing out the markets and getting a nice even distribution of food. And so our campaign of governorship begins. I'm Iota, and I played this game. Maybe you should too.